Then the other outstanding was of the god of Asclepios. Down from the great promontory was the greatest hospital of the ancient world. Okay. I really have a problem with medical people today because they lie. It's a religion again today, and so here we have it in Satan's seat. Yeah, so you have library and you have medicine, the practice of medicine. It was the Mayo Clinic of that day. It was, first of all, the temple of Asclepius. If you are looking at the Greek god Asclepius, it is a man. But when you see the Anatolian or Oriental Asclepius, it is a serpent. There in Pergamum, it was a serpent. I have pictures which I took of that great marble pillar which stands like an obelisk now but apparently was a pillar in the temple of Asclepius. Asclepius. The construction of the temple was unusual in that it was round. There they used very every means of healing imaginable. They used both medicine and psychology and about everything else. So there you go, psychology too. All they want to do is throw medicine at it these days. But anyway, but put yourself in this situation. You go down a long tunnel, and above are holes that look like air holes for ventilation, but are not. As you walk along these tunnels, sexy voices come down through the holes saying to you, "You are going to get well. You are going to feel better. You are going to be healed." Does that have a modern ring? You go down to the hot baths where you are given a massage. There is a little theater there uh, where they give plays of healing. If they weren't healed, if 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 they haven't healed you by now, as a last resort, they put you in that temple at night and turn loose non poisonous snakes which crawl all over you. That is known as the shock treatment in our day. If they don't heal you, they will drive you crazy, that's for sure. They have a back door where they take out the dead. They don't mention the ones they didn't heal. They speak only of those who recover. Caesar Augustus loved to go there. He wasn't exactly sick, he was an alcoholic, although uh, they just dried him out every year, and then he would come over. This was a great place, and for 700 years it was a hospital that people came to from all over the world. You may I say to you, healing was satanic in those days. There is no, and I'm wondering if it's satanic today. There is no question about the fact that there were good men there who used medicine, but basically it was satanic. It was where Satan's throne was. That is important to see. Now, here is another word of commendation to the believers in Pergamum, and Darrell underscores this: that thou holdest fast my name. They were faithful in their defense of the deity of Christ. As we have noted, the church in Pergamum is representative of the church in general during the years of AD 314 to approximately AD 590. Actually, it was an age that produced great giants of the faith. When the Arian heresy, which denies the deity of Christ, arose, Athenians from North Africa was the greater defender of the faith, and because of him, the Council of Nicaea in AD 350 uh, con- condemned Arianism. And another man was Augustine, who answered uh, the Pelagian heresy, which denied original sin and the total corruption of human nature, and also denied irresistible grace. These are two giants during this period who stood unshakably in the great doctrines of faith. And Darrell has this underscored, and has not denied the faith refers to the body of true believers, which uh, is believed by Christians. Even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, Antipas was a martyr about whom we know nothing at all. He apparently was the first one in Pergamum, and there was a great company of martyrs who followed him. So far, Christ has had only words of commendation to the church at Pergamum, but now he condemns two things which were in the church. Verse 14. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast them which hold to the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balac to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit fornication. In verse 15, so hast thou also them which hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. Revelations chapter 2, verse 14 and 15. Two items of condemnation were the doctrine of Balaam, the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. The doctrine of Balaam is different from the error of Balaam. See Jude 11, which reveals that Balaam taught that God would curse Israel because they were sinners. It is also different from the way of Balaam. See 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 15, which was contentiousness. But here in the verse before us, it is the doctrine, or, and Darrell has this underscored, teaching of Balaam. Darrell continues to underscore here, he taught Balaam the way to corrupt Israel by intermarriage with the Moabite women. Darrell continues to underscore this introduced into the nation of Israel both idolatry and fornication. And during the historical period which the church at Pergamum represents, and Darrell underscores this, the unconverted world came into the church. The doctrine of the Nicolaitans. Now it's interesting here, he skips over this, is the uh, eating meat sacrificed to idols, and taught Balac, casting a stone before them to eat things sacrificed unto idols. Paul said that, don't ask, don't tell was his policy, and here it is that there are those teaching that to eat meat sacrificed to idols. It probably is that you're okay as long as you don't know what you're doing in that case. The doctrine of the Nicolaitans, we have seen that the church in Ephesus hated it. But here in Pergamum, there were some who were holding to that doctrine, although we do not know exactly what the doctrine was. It probably was the Gnostic cult developed by Nicholas, which advocated license in matters of Christians' conduct, and apparently a return to religious rituals by clergy, ignoring the priesthood of all believers. Like I said, we're all priests, not just the clergy. And so the ministry of all saints, and they want to put themselves over other people. And this is God is in trouble, or we can't even get the people sitting in the pews to get up out of their seats. They want to sit there and not do anything because they've been told that's what their job is. It's their clergy. They are special people, and it's their job to do certain things. Well, that's BS. Uh, that's hogwash. Christ says that he hates it. You see, and Daryl underscores this: Christ hates as well as loves. So it's okay if you hate certain things. We had better be careful that we are not indulging in these things that he hates. And that can